Yeah, well, Mara, that's the thing. You're not just going to stand around holding up a tree all day, are you? Oh, hey, hi, welcome back to Victor Writes, Victor Reads. And you're back in just in time for chapter 2 of The Needle of Hemlock Hollow, a 10-part series that I've written and posted over on the Daily Cuppa Grande over on medium.com as part of the Witching Hour writing challenge for the month of October, where we write spooky stories. If you haven't read or watched chapter 1 yet, the link is in the comments section or in the notes below. And head on over there first so you understand why Mara is propping up a tree here today. Let's get right into it. This is again, the chapter is called The Dreams Begin, chapter 2. There was an endless amount of work Mara needed to get done to wrap up her mother's estate. The train in and out of the city would add hours to her day. Staying in her mother's apartment for the time made sense for the time being. That didn't sound right. Even though that meant staying in Hemlock Hollow for the first time since she'd left all those years ago. Time passed. Mara never remembered falling asleep. The nights blurred into days, the exhaustion of grief sinking into her bones like a heavy fog. But when the dream started, there was no mistaking it. It was always the same. She found herself standing in the woods just outside of town. Hemlock Hollow's ancient trees surrounding her, their branches twisting like skeletal fingers against a dark sky. She could feel the cold earth beneath her bare feet, the sharp sting of pine needles pricking her skin. But it wasn't the trees that called her. It was the needle. In the dream, the needle floated in the air, suspended by an invisible thread. It turned slowly, catching dim moonlight. A hum, almost like a whisper, filled the air. A voice she couldn't quite make out, but its meaning was clear. Come closer. Against her will, Mara's feet carried her forward, step by step, until she stood beneath the needle. It hovered, waiting. Her hand reached out, no control over her own movements, as her fingers closed around the needle's cold surface. Pain shot through her as it pierced her palm, sinking deep into her flesh, threading itself in and out of her skin. She gasped, pulling back, but the needle followed. No matter how hard she tried to free herself, it burrowed deeper, leaving a trail of blood that shimmered in the moonlight. She wanted to scream, but the woods swallowed her voice. The needle was pulling her, dragging her towards something she couldn't see. The trees loomed closer, the shadows thicker. Something was waiting in those shadows. Something terrible. She woke with a start, her heart pounding in her chest, her hand stinging. A quick glance showed nothing, no wound, no blood, but she could feel it, the pricking sensation beneath her skin, as if the needle was still there, just out of sight. For a moment, she considered the dream just that, a nightmare brought on by stress. But when she reached for her bedside table, the needle was there, the same tarnished object her mother had handed her, only now it looked sharper, hungrier. All right, folks, and there we have it. The story is starting to become more suspenseful. What is going on here? Why is this needle haunting her dreams and her life? Why did she inherit the needle? We'll find out more. Stay tuned for the next episode. Will be chapter 3, or head on over to medium.com to the Daily Cuppa Grande publication and find what's already happened, because the articles are all posted over there. Enjoy, and I will be back.